Hey everyone, it's Dave. Hopefully we've got audio this time. There's a lag between the time that folks send messages and the time that I see them. This is my first time doing this, so hopefully you all can hear me now. Hopefully the audio issue is fixed, and hopefully I don't talk for 6 or 7 minutes to no one. So sorry about that for those of you that joined previously, and hopefully we got that all ironed out. So I wanted to go live today. I've never done this. Through my computer here, so bear with me. It's probably not going to be the prettiest presentation as evidenced by the first time around with no audio, but I wanted to go live to do a couple things today. So I want to share some news that I've kind of uncovered just about what people are really interested about the coupons in pharmacies and filling the prescription. But before I do that, I want to thank everybody who's been watching our videos, liking, commenting, and subscribing to our videos. We hit over 200 subs this week, which is super cool. Just started firing these videos back up about a month ago. And so it's been awesome to start this journey with all of you. And I appreciate all the comments and everything in that regard too. So thank you all for liking, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. Couple other things that are super exciting. Two videos that I made this past week have done pretty well. I did an update moving to 5 milligrams of Mounjaro, which a lot of people really struggled with that transition from 2.5 to 5. And if you follow the forums, you might think you're going to die moving from 2 to 5. It's not. I mean, for me, I'll speak from my own experience. It was not that bad. I did not experience miserable side effects. Yeah, it was good. So I'll be moving to the 10 milligrams soon, and I'll definitely keep you all updated as to how that transition goes as well. But really good moving from the 2 to 5, and I'm down, I think 10 pounds. So I'm really excited about that as well. So I'll do a bigger update once I move to the 10 and kind of give a weight loss update at that point as well. But sugars, all that stuff is really good. I had a visit with my doctor this past week too. I want to share a little bit about kind of some of the things that he said that I think some of you might find valuable. So he had asked about side effects because one of the big things, and we'll get into it here in a couple minutes, is that people can't get this 7.5 milligram dose. And there's just a shortage of it. It seems like most pharmacies don't have a problem getting any of the other dosing sizes of the Mounjaro, but the 7.5 they do for whatever reason. So we were contemplating what next as far as, do we stay with the 5? He wanted to move me right up to the 10, and the reason was because I've had virtually no side effects. And he said, because you're tolerating it well, he doesn't worry about moving me up to the 10, because apparently, in this, I didn't vet this, but he's a really smart guy and does way more research than I do. But he said that the side effects that you feel are early on in the dosing stages of Mounjaro. So if you don't have those side effects early on, as you move up in doses, you should be pretty good. In that process, and this will kind of get into some of the news, the 7.5, I did find through some of my research that people were getting it filled through the Amazon pharmacy. So I set up an account there as a Prime member. It was not hard to do at all. And what I found was the best way to kind of bypass their chat and everything and kind of get to the nitty gritty. If you've dealt with pharmacies and medications before, you're just trying to get to that one person that can actually do what you need them to do. And so ultimately ended up talking to a pharmacist with the Amazon pharmacy. And they did have a reserve of the 7.5 for people who are type 2 diabetic and for people who were going to miss a dose. So I was kind of working this angle with Amazon Pharmacy while I was talking to my doctor about the 10 point, or move into the 10. And he ended up writing a script for the 10 and calling that in for me while I was working this angle with the Amazon Pharmacy. So the Amazon Pharmacy had to call the doctor and verify that it was a type 2 diagnosis, and he kind of ignored it because he had just called the 10 in anyway. So because he's confident that I'm not going to experience side effects on the 10, we just move there. Perhaps you can talk to your doctor about doing the same thing. But if you do need that 7.5, check with the Amazon Pharmacy, set that account up, and call and talk to a pharmacist. Let them know you're going to miss a dose, and they should be able to help you. So that's one of the things. A lot of people that are not type 2 diabetic, we're still having a lot of success using the coupon at the Walmart pharmacies. And unfortunately, there was an internal memo that was leaked, and I found this on one of the forums that I follow, um, that they are no longer accepting the the coupon card without a type 2 diagnosis. So they're validating that now at the Walmart pharmacy. So that um, you may run into some issues with that. So if you do, come back here and drop it in the comments so I can validate that that's somebody's experience with that. Beyond that, there are not a whole lot of news to report. I mean, that coupon is frustrating, especially for those without the type 2 diagnosis. And I've actually read some accounts of people who were type 2 diabetic, and then the insurance companies required a like recent, like within the last 3 months, A1C score to approve the use of the drug. And because of the use of the Mounjaro, they had moved their A1C down to pre-diabetic numbers or non-diabetic numbers, and now they don't classify as diabetic. I'm like, what kind of bull crap is that? But hopefully, uh, that's not the case for most people. And I know for me, it's continued to work marvelously. Um, you know, I continue to be a big proponent for people to just be your best advocate. Don't take no for an answer. A lot of times when you're dealing with people, and this isn't just at pharmacies, this is like anywhere where you're trying to get customer support. You're looking for that one person with either a high aptitude for what they do, or they actually care about what they're doing. And if you're good at like kind of spotting that out in people, find that person and then explain your situation and have them be your advocate through the process. And I would argue if you can't find that at the pharmacy or the doctor's office that you're at the wrong place. Um, be your own best advocate. Find the people that have a high aptitude for this stuff and experience and can make it happen for you. I know for me, if this prescription got pulled from me, I wouldn't rest until I found it again through some avenue. So if you have questions, if you're kind of in that boat where you're struggling to get it filled somewhere and you have some questions, perhaps I can help you. Drop it in the comments of these videos, and I'll reach back out and hopefully give you at least the best answer of what I would do if I were in your boat. But yeah, again, so this is the first time I've done this live. I plan on doing this, as often as people would like me to. And as I do it, I'll get better about scheduling it out and letting you know when it's going to happen so that more people can join on. But if anybody has any questions today, drop them in the comments. Not a whole lot of people tuning in right now, so I don't anticipate that there's going to be really any questions today. But if you do have them, do drop them in the comments. I will respond to them. And then in the future, I will set these up in advance so that we can kind of do this together and ask questions, or people can conversely share information that they have, and then I can share it back to you. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. I hope you all have a great weekend and enjoy your time. And don't forget to go back and check out the video about the Mounjaro controversy and my 3-week update on my journey. Those were the two kind of videos that dropped. I also did kind of a silly one about just injection day. If you want to check that out, I just try to drop some humor into some of these sometimes just to keep it fresh for me. But hopefully you're enjoying those too. Thanks again for tuning in. Thanks for liking, commenting, and subscribing. The subscribing is the big one. We want to get to 1,000 subscribers by the spring, and I hope that you can help me do that. One of the other asks that I would have is that if you would share some of these videos to some of the forums that you're in, whether it's Facebook or Reddit, if you can share this video there, just copy the link and paste it in there and say, hey, if you're finding these videos helpful, I'm finding these helpful, maybe you want to check this out, and that'll help grow this out as well. But I hope you have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. Do some relaxing if you're off work. And if you're not, just keep grinding it out till you get those days off. I know I used to work those jobs. I used to work in restaurants for like 15 years early on in my working career as a restaurant manager. And those hours were tough and brutal. And people would be like, it's almost the weekend. And I'd be like, that's the worst part of my week. So I know what it's like to not be in that boat. So if that's you, just keep holding on. Your days off will be coming soon. And yeah, thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.